Well, all right. Yours truly, Kendrick McKnight here on Riverside. Yours truly, Kendrick McKnight here on Riverside. Man, this is like a dream come true here for me. Like I've always wanted to do a podcast, you know what I'm saying, and do something that I've always wanted to do. Podcasting is something that I've always wanted to do. So I was like, forever ago. It's been forever, like maybe 8, 9 years old. Something that helps me get out of my shell as a person and just enjoy conversations. Just enjoy conversations. And this is my first episode, so this is just like an overview of who I am, introduction of myself, and we're gonna get it done, man. We're gonna get it done here. Getting acquainted with everything on here and how to do this thing. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, man, let's get it started. Yeah? Yes? No? Maybe? All right. My name is Kendrick McKnight. I am 25 years of age and I am from Goldsboro, North Carolina, born and raised. Um, Man, if you count my stepbrothers, I have 6 siblings, one sister, 5 brothers. 2 of them are my stepbrothers. My mom, dad, and just the whole 9 yards. Well, I have 2 younger siblings, my brothers on my mom's side. Then I have my oldest brother and my only sister on my dad's side. So we're just not a huge family. Um, yeah, we're just going to get into who I am as a person and just like my goals, my aspirations and dreams that I want to accomplish on just being on here. Um, as I indicated before, my name is Kendrick McKnight. It's nice to meet you. And I have come on, man. I have many goals, man. So my top 12 goals in life is graduating college, which I did last year, December 18, 2021. Something that I myself didn't think I was going to be able to do, but man, that's what happens when you continuously push and push and push yourself. And when you have a mindset of getting out to the world and do something that you want to do in life, you're not accepting a no for an answer. You're not accepting, oh well, you're not good enough. You're from here, so like nobody else from here is doing what you want to do. So what makes you think you know what I mean? Like what makes you think you're different? But sometimes in life you just have to, no matter what you do in life, you always have to step out of your comfort zone and do what it do. You know what I mean? Like I said, I have many episodes to dissect just my emotions and my feelings and my opinions on certain things. So we don't have to get too deep into it in this episode. So like I said, this is just a self introduction of myself and just who I am as a person. So um, graduating college, which I did last year, which is a very happy moment for me. Very happy moment for me, and very humbling as well. And I've always been the type of person where no matter what you do and where you go, remain humble and be like, okay, cool, you accomplished this. Like, okay, cool, what's next? You know what I'm saying? Never become stagnant and be complacent in where you are in life. I always continuously go and go and go. I was like, okay, I got $10,000 now. Okay, cool. Am I cool with just 10,000 or do I want that 50K? Even when I get that 50K, do I want 100K? And so on and so forth. So that's just who I am. That's just my mindset. That's just how I am programmed, in a sense. So yeah. So that's one that I've accomplished so far this year. Well, last year. Um, Broadcaster. I went to school for sportscasting, however you want to say it, man. However you want to say it. Um, Sports broadcaster for the WWE. Actually, the WWE is something that I've always been a fan of. I've been a fan of wrestling since I was about 7, 8 years old. That is just my thing. I grew up on, man, everybody: John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, and so on and so forth. John Cena was the guy for me. The guy for me. It was like, he was just one of those things where you saw him on TV. It was like, wow, like, this guy is like mesmerizing. Undertaker as well. Like everybody pretty much, but those two in particular, Cena and Taker, was just like insane. And yeah, like I've always wanted to be a part of that company, whether it's announcing or actually be on a announce team as far as broadcasting, backstage interviewing, or uh, WWE programming as far as like the bump, or just any of these things that I've always wanted to do myself. That is the ultimate goal for me. The ultimate goal. And yeah, that's something that I can't live my life without trying to at least go for that. Because I believe in, because like I don't want to live a what if life, if that makes sense. I don't want 5, 10, 15, 20 years of my life to go down and I'm rethinking my life. Like, oh man, I wish I would have did this, or what if I would have did that, or you know what I mean? It's always important to take advantage of your opportunities now when you're young. Like I said, I'm 25, so it's very important to continuously push yourself and push yourself and push yourself. And even if you don't get what you want, you can move on with yourself and be like, okay, at least I tried. You know what I mean? You know how many people in this world that don't even try to go after what they want because they're scared of fail? They're scared of that to, what word am I trying to think of? I'm thinking of a word, but it's not coming to me. But they're afraid of fail, basically, and they're afraid to not do what they want, and then they're afraid of that backlash, or like that, oh, you're not good enough, and so on and so forth. As long as you know who you are and where you want to go in life, I think it's very important to continuously push anyway, because nothing in life is going to come to you. You have to go get it. So that's something my mom told me when I was real young. One of the many things that she told me that went in one ear and stayed in. You know what I mean? Nothing in life, nothing, no goal, no dream, no aspiration is going to come to you at your doorstep. You have to get up and go after those. You know what I mean? So, um, broadcasting, graduating college, podcast. I've always wanted to do a podcast and help me, like I said before, get me out of my shell, and uh, sports, shoot, just life talk. You know what I mean? And share, each other's, perspectives and where we want to go in life. And yeah, man, that's just life. You know what I mean? Like barbershop talk, just recorded, basically. You know what I mean? And just a sidebar, what I want to do on here on Riverside is basically, I think the first 3, maybe 4, possibly 5 episodes, I just want to be more comfortable and get comfortable with this, and just me, myself, and I. And further down the road, I want to have guests on, however you want to say it, and ultimately have like a co-host as well. I have a couple names in my head right now, but once I get them on and see the chemistry and see how we talk, and based off, the smoothness of that, then it was like, okay, this dude is kind of full time now. You know what I mean? So, however, I am a busy guy. I just want to put that out there. I do have two jobs myself. Um, and on top of that, I'm doing online school as well. So like, I don't really have time to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna do what it do. You know what I mean? We're gonna do what it do. You know, so um, yeah, like I, for me, I'm one of those people where I pride myself on making time for not just people in my life, but that I care about most about and love. But I pride myself on doing something that I'm passionate about. You know what I mean? And I love. You know, podcasting. You know, is something that I've been passionate about for forever ago. You know, so man, yeah, bro. Number four, I've always had a love for movies, TV. Um, I've always had a love for acting or wanting to act. Um, I think I have my chops good and ready for the most part. You know what I mean? Because for me, I'm weird, by the way. So like for me, I like to do these things where I have to be by myself, of course. Um, so like I'll watch a particular movie or a TV show, and I'll pay attention to one particular character in in the film or in the TV show, and once that particular scene is over, I'll pause it and I'll reenact it because I pay attention to not just the script and like the words, but I pay attention to facial expressions, body language, and everything. I dissect every single thing about that character, and I reenact it myself. So just by habitants, you know, God blesses me with the opportunity to act and do something. I already kind of got a head start on what to do and how to portray yourself, whether you're a good guy, a bad person, so on and so forth. It's very important to learn your craft and work on your craft and not be a deer in headlights in a sense. Um, Whenever your time is coming, you know what I mean. So acting as well. Five goes along with acting. I've always wanted to write. I've always wanted to write and produce for television as well. Not just television, but movies. Because I have so many movie ideas and dialogues and scripts written down in my notes on my phone, and it's pretty solid. You know, not being biased, but when it comes to action, horror, comedy, thrillers, you know what I mean. Uh, just the whole 9 yards. I have it all in my phone right here, right now, as we speak, and I've had this vision since I was like 18. So a couple years now that I've had this dream of mine to wanting to act and write as well. So um, maybe not in this video, maybe the next video I will do like movies, excuse me, that I've seen this year and films that's coming up in 2023 that I'm excited for, and also movies and films that I personally would reboot or remake, and I feel like it will be 10 times as better than the original. I'm not gonna say any right here right now, but I feel like if I had my little twist to it, you know, not change characters, not changing, um, you know, not changing the characters or their names, or just like just different plots, basically. That I feel like would be much better, in my personal opinion. Number six, I've always wanted to travel. Like I said, I was born and raised in Goldsboro, North Carolina. I advise no one to come here because there's nothing really here, opportunity wise, as far as someone that has major dreams like myself. And that's why I'm on a journey and I'm on the grind that I'm on to get out. Uh, so, and basically not come back, basically. And yeah, so like, yeah, I've always wanted to travel. You know, New York is like the biggest destination for me. LA, uh, Florida, anywhere in Florida, basically. Um, you know, just anywhere. Honestly, anywhere outside of here. You know what I mean? Um, and I don't mean just like my area. I'm saying like North Carolina, period. You know, the world is big. You know what I mean? It's massive, and I would love the opportunity to see it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it would be pretty sweet. As far as like overseas in different countries, oh man, I've always wanted to go to London. I don't know what it is about London. Maybe it's the accent, but London is somewhere I've always wanted to go. Australia, Italy, Barcelona. You know what I mean? Brazil. You know what I mean? You know, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? Like, just amazing places to be and visit. So that's 6 travel. 7, I see myself as I'm a funny person. I'm a comical guy. So like I have a distinct love for stand up comedy and I want to do it at least once. At least once. At least once. And just if I bomb, I bomb. I don't really care. Once again, at least you can say that you did it. You know what I mean? So, excuse me. And once again, people are scared to fail. You know what I mean? So they don't even try to attempt to do these things. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, it's very important to just like go after it. You know what I mean? If you fail, you fail. At least you can say hey, you did it. You know what I mean? So that's one of those things for me. Like if I bomb, people throwing tomatoes at me, like that's cool. That's fine. At least I can mark something off of my list that I said I wanted to do, and I did it. So there you go. That's 7. So 8. I've always had a love for Charlotte as well. Charlotte, North Carolina. I've always wanted to live there at least one point in my life. You know what I mean? Um, because I broke this down to a couple people actually in my life. Um, because when you think of America, when you think of United States of America, what are the mecca? What's the mecca of United States? What are the top shows? What are the top not shows, but what are the top places that that defines what America is? You know what I'm saying? It's New York, Cali, you know what I mean, Miami, more particular, LA when I say Cali, but Miami, Orlando, whatever you want to say. So when I think of North Carolina or just the Carolinas period, North and South, I mean, of course you have, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course you have your Raleighs, Greensboros, you know what I'm saying? As far as South Carolina, North Charleston, you know what I mean? Columbia. But I don't know what it is. Like, when you think of Charlotte, it's like, it's the city, it's the lights, the camera, the actions, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you're here. You know what I mean? It's like the mini Atlanta. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, I've always wanted to live in Charlotte because it's like you step foot you step foot in here, it's like you made it in life. You know what I mean? That's how I've always looked at it like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I've always wanted to live there and just feel like, okay, cool, I made it. This is where we at now. You know what I mean? So yeah, Charlotte is the place to be for me. Um, I've been there a couple times for wrestling shows, WWE shows, and I've been in and out of the I've been in and out of the spectrum so many times, man. So many times. Like I said, for wrestling shows, WWE, and man, it's a sight to see for sure. Just like you got to think, I'm a country boy, you know what I'm saying? So like when I go to the city and I see all these people and I see the cars going and moving and like I said, the lights, the atmosphere, the aura, it's like you don't want to leave that. You know, for me, I don't want to leave that because I have to go home. Like I don't want to go home. But it's like, man, you get sucked into the fast pace. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So like, I've always anybody that's from the city, whether it's Charlotte or anywhere in the world, and they come here in this area, I'm like, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? Like I'm doing everything that I can in school to get to where you are, sir, or where you were, sir. What are you doing here? It's like one of those things where my mom told me where it's kind of flip floppy. So like people from the country want to go to the city, and people from the city want to move to the country because it's, that's just how it is, you know. So I mean, I get that, but no, not for me. You know what I mean? I'm out of here. But yeah, like I've always wanted to go to Charlotte and live there at least once in my life. Number 9, TED Talk. I've always wanted to do a TED Talk as well, and just share my message and share my previous experiences and people that have gone through, you know, similar. Because 9 times out of 10, there's always someone in your life that someone in this life that's going through what you're going through or is going through what you went through, and what better way to share your experiences and help them, you know what I mean? You just never know who can be that light for you, or you how much of a light you can be for someone else, you know, and vice versa. And so um, yeah, because like for me, I can't sit or stand or do whatever in front of people and just be serious all the time. Like I can't. I've been to school. You know what I mean. I've been to college. You know what I mean. Like I've been through those 40 minute to an hour and a half sessions where it's like serious and just information going after you, information. And you're just sitting there and no type of humor, laughter at all. So like my style, I have to make the audience laugh in some way, some form, because laughter keeps you motivated, keeps you intrigued in what I'm saying. Like if I'm constantly going in and in and in and in on some serious type stuff, it's like I don't, you know what I mean? Like you mentally you go away. You know what I mean? But laughter and humor and comedy brings you in. So most definitely my TED Talk would be kind of hilarious in a sense, and bring that comedy aspect into it. And yeah, bro. Yeah, man. TED Talk. At least once. Again, one of those things, like I said, with stand up comedy. You do it once, at least you can say that you tried it. If you don't do a good job, it is what it is. You can cross it off your list and move on with your life. Once again, you at least tried it. You didn't move on with your life and be like, oh, whatever. Years go by, you're like, oh man, I wish I would have did that. Hey, you know what I mean? So that's that. Number 10, we're getting close to the end here. I'm not a selfish person whatsoever. Absolutely, I have my own individual goals for myself and what I want to do in life. However, I refuse to be one of those people where I don't bring the people that helped me get to where I am with me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I want to get out of here. I want to move away from here, from my hometown, and never look back. Absolutely, that will always and forever be the goal. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I can't just leave the people that helped me guide me to where I want to be and where I am today. You know what I'm saying? So like, number 10 is moving my family out of North Carolina as well, not just in our environment, but North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Like, because um, I can't. In the inside, it kills me because I can't do it now. But like so many times, my little brothers would say, "Oh, I want to do this or I want to do that." My mom said, "I want to visit here, I want to visit there," and I'm just like taking notes in my head. All right, cool, bet. You know, I got it. I got you. I got you. I got you. You know what I mean? But yeah, like it burns me up inside, and whether it's a good and bad thing too because it's like you have to have patience, Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's a good because it motivates me to do even better, and it keeps me going. So um, 1,000%. Number 10 is moving my family out, and allow them to experience things that they never thought they would experience. Allow them to experience things that they never thought, like, oh man, like me, you know. Allow my brothers to be in positions where they thought they'll never be in. Put my mom in situations where she doesn't have to worry about, you know, how she's going to pay this bill and that bill again. Like that, no, the most, that's the best feeling that I know that I'll ever have, to know that my mom's not struggling anymore. My brothers are not struggling anymore. They're good. You know what I'm saying? So 1,000%, man. 1,000%. Number 11. Number 11, I did earlier this year, in the summer. Number 11 is buying my own car. Man, such a sheesh. That was cool. That was a cool moment for me. June 29th, 2022, like I said earlier this year in the summer. And it was pretty solid, man. Long process, but it was pretty cool. Pretty cool, man. Um, I'm trying to think what I got. Like, bro, like 2017 Toyota Camry, SE. That's it. Yeah, mine. Whatever. Um, yeah, 2017 Toyota Camry SE. It was pretty cool. It was pretty dope. It was a pretty cool process. I needed it, honestly. Even though it cost me a penny, a huge penny every month, but it's worth it, man. It's worth it, bro. Versus where I had, older cars that needed constant, you know, service, So yeah, man, I'm blessed, man. I'm a blessed individual, man, because there's so many people out here that don't have enough, good enough credit to just get up and get a new car. You know what I mean? Um, there's people that don't have people in their lives to motivate them to get better or do better in life. So that's why I thank God every single day for the woman that I have in my life. That happens to be my mom. So man, yeah, it's a cool. Like I said, it was a cool experience with that, and it was definitely worth it. And finally, last but certainly not least, number 12 on my dream list, something that I want to happen eventually, something that I adore, something that I feel like something that, you know, that I eventually want in life, and I feel like it will fulfill me way more than anything that I have else on my list. I've always wanted my own family. You know what I mean? A wife, kids, and I can break this down more in later videos. Um, but yeah, like a family is something that I've always wanted, um, and I'll share this one story before I get out of here, man, because this is just a self introduction of who I am and go down my dream list. Um, I've always wanted daughters, me personally. Um, Not to say having sons is a bad thing. Everybody has that preference. And at the end of the day, it's not your choice, it's God's choice of what you have. But me personally, I've always wanted daughters because I remember this one time, either the fifth grade or the sixth grade. I know for sure it wasn't seventh or eighth, so it had to be either sixth grade or fifth when I was in middle school. Um, it was lunchtime, right? And me being the person I was at that time, I was a follower. I was a follower, man. And maybe another couple of videos I could talk about who I was in my past life and my journey to where I was and where I am now. But at that particular time in my life, I was a follower, man. I was one of those kids that wasn't really accepting of who he was and try to fit in and try to be around the cool people, you know what I mean, and do certain things that I shouldn't really be doing and saying things that I really should be saying, you know what I mean? But, I was one of those kids. And at this particular time, um, in this story, follower, and I was sitting at a table full of guys. That right there was just weird by itself. Like, why would I want to be around a couple guys? I've always wanted to be around females all my life. Like, I don't really care. Why would I? I never really cared for being around guys all day. That's just never been my thing. Like, ever, even still to this day. Like, I'll hang around with you guys here and there, but like every single day, like, no, I want to be with females at, man. You know. But anyway. But I was at a table full of guys, and we're like, I don't know, 11, 12, 13 years old, 10 maybe. I don't know. I don't know how old I was. Um, I know for sure I wasn't in my single digits. It had to be like 10, 11, 12, 13. But I don't know how we even got on this conversation, but one guy just randomly said, like, hey, whenever you guys grow up, do you guys want boys or do you want girls? And literally every single person at the table said they wanted boys because it's easier, you know what I mean? And of course, me being the follower that I am, like everybody else said it, so I'm gonna say it too. So yeah, I want a boy. I want a boy, right? But in my head, I was like, no, why would I want a boy? Y'all must want it easy. Y'all think life is easy. Y'all want it easy. When life is hard in itself and life is a challenge. So you guys are running away from the challenge because dealing with girls is tough. It's not, you know what I mean? But I was like, nah. I want a girl. I want that challenge. I want that ability to raise a young, beautiful woman. You know what I mean? And that's the goal for me. That's always been the goal for me. So that's pretty much like the birthplace on why and how all these years later, I still want a girl and daughters. You know what I'm saying? And so, because you know, life is a challenge in itself. So like, why would I want to run away from that when I want to run to it? You know what I'm saying? And so like, whenever God feels like it's my time to go, and I'm on my deathbed, and I look up and I see my beautiful young daughter here, and I have my other one right here, and I see successful, beautiful, you know what I mean, black women. That's just like, man, I succeeded in life, you know what I mean. So that's just me. That's my goal. That's just who I am and where I want to be in life. You know what I mean? So like, once again, I know somewhat on how to raise a boy when I have two younger brothers that I take care of myself and near like father figures to them. You know what I mean? So that's easy for me. I want a challenge. So that's why I say I want girls. You know, so yeah, man. That's my dream list. Can we go over it one more time? I graduated college last year. It's coming up next year. It's going to be next month. It's going to be a year. It's crazy. Weird. Number 2, broadcaster and or announcer for the WWE. That's the goal. 3, podcast. Number 4, acting. Like I said before, maybe in the next video, next episode, I will go over my favorite films, like both all time and movies that I've seen this year that was just amazing, you know, and the films that I'm excited for in 2023. I want to also write and produce 4 movies and film because I feel like I have such a great mind. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, come on. Travel. Always wanted to travel. 7, stand-up comedy. Once again, it's one of those things where if I do it once, I'm perfectly fine with that. And I do bad, I do horrible, I'm trash. That's cool too. At least I can say I did it and I tried. Live in Charlotte. That's always been the goal for me. TED Talk, again, just like stand-up. Do it once and I do bad, that's fine. At least I tried it. TED Talk. Yeah, TED Talk. Number 10, move my family out of North Carolina. That's right up there with having a family. Buying my own car, I did it. 2017, Toyota Camry SE. Best car I've ever had, honestly. Obviously, like, come on, man. And number 12, like I said, have a family of my own. And that would be probably like the most fulfilling thing for me that, you know, that any man can really have, honestly. Any person, really. You know, long day at work, you come home, your significant other's cooking or doing whatever, and kids run to you. And, oh man, that's amazing, man. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. You know, so yeah, man, that's amazing. That's amazing. But man, as you guys can see, like, I live, eat, breathe, sleep this quote right here. Dream until your dreams come true. Man, I can't express that enough. No matter how crazy, weird, insane, or just psychotic your dreams and goals are in life, nobody can stop you from doing it but you. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, like, continue to push and push yourself, man. Don't allow people's words to get to you. If I did that, I would have been quit. You know what I mean? Um, by the way, I don't even know what that word means, like quit. I never quit anything a day in my life. It's crazy. But yeah, like continue to push yourself and push yourself and push yourself and never be stagnant and feel stagnant and just conform to what your environment is. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Push yourself. God, keep God first, man. That's number one for sure. Gotta keep God first and do what it do. Do what it do. So, I introduced myself. My name's Kendrick. Nice to meet you. You know what I mean? And yeah, so in my next episode, I don't know exactly what I'll be talking about. I'll probably go into my movies, go a little more deeper who I am and how we got to this point as far as podcasting. Because I'm a prime example of my life's a movie. My life's a movie. And if I start just with high school, or I just start with just my college journey and how I got here now, I'm missing a lot of steps on how we got to here as far as mentally, emotionally, and so on and so forth. So like this channel is not going to just be excuse me, but this channel is not going to just be with like about life. It's be sports as well. Like I said, we're going to have sports debates up here. We're going to have sports debates, sports topics. WWE, man, you already know I'm a huge WWE fan. So like prediction shows, review shows. I'm gonna have people on here. We can talk, chop it up about wrestling. Just bring everybody together, man. Bring everybody together. You know what I mean? Within the power of love and passion about these things. Man, life, what we go through in our everyday lives, man, what we experienced, and just how we carried ourselves. You know what I'm saying? How we get to this point. How did we get here, and where do you want to go? You know, so that's what this is all about, man. Me on Riverside, man, and nobody wants to do it. So everybody else is just stagnant. Everybody else wants to stick around here. Like, no, if I have to be, if the quiet one has to step up and be like, okay, I'm about to put all y'all on my back, and I'm gonna carry you guys all the way up here, so we can get out of this situation. If I have to be the one that does that, okay, cool. I'm gonna have to be the one. You know what I mean? So let's do this, man. You know, so we're gonna keep it moving, man. So like, man, my first video, man, it's been pretty cool. It's been pretty cool, exciting. Let's do it. Until my next video up here, my next live, my next whatever you want to call it. You know, I'm getting, you know, a hang of this. You know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty solid. I also have a YouTube channel. You can follow me. The life of yours truly, Kendrick McKnight here. Again, I started my YouTube back in 2020, I believe. I think January 1st, or first couple of days of 2020 in January. That was just a way for me to get comfortable. Not just talking, but like being on camera as well. So like my first handful of videos on YouTube is just voiceovers, so I can get comfortable. And then then I was like, man, it's time to get on camera. You know what I mean? You're not gonna go very much far in life with just your voice, Ken. So you're gonna have to get on camera and do your thing. So, yeah, it's been a pretty cool journey, pretty solid journey, and yeah. So like, I think it's pretty good time to get the real stuff out there, so let's do it, man. My name is Kendrick McKnight, yours truly. And until my next video, yes, sir.